Okay, let us discuss the next problem, 1.66. This is an easy problem. You can do this one yourself. So let me first make the diagram. So diagram is something like this. I think you are able to see this one. Now this is connected here. This angle is given to you, this angle is alpha, and this length is given to you, so this length is L, and there is a object A, so that has been given a velocity, so let us say this is A. Now let me read the question. So this says a small object A starts sliding down from the top of the base. So A starts sliding from the top of the base. From this point, A starts sliding down. So this is coming something like this. Now length is L, the base length is L. The coefficient of friction between body and the base surface is K. So coefficient of friction is given. So let us say K is the coefficient of friction between object and the base. At what value of alpha the time of sliding will be least? So we have to find out what should be the value of alpha so that the time to come this object A from top to bottom is least. So time is least. So time of sliding, so let us say T of sliding is least. So you have to find alpha for which the time of sliding is least, and also find to be what will be equal to be. So basically you have to find the alpha. So let us find out the alpha so that the time of sliding will be least. How can you do this one? I think you can do this one. You find acceleration for this. What is the acceleration for this journey, that this comes down, and then you find out the time of slide. You can do this one. So let me wait for 1 minute. How many of you are able to do this one? So let us find expression for time of slide. So what you have to do? You have to do the first find out the acceleration, and then you use s is equals to et plus half a t square. Then you will get the time of flight. Okay, let me show you. So if this object is moving down, so inclined down the plane, the force will be m1g sin alpha. Let us say the mass is m. So what are the forces that is acting on this object, you know? So object will experience a force in this direction, mg sin alpha. Now this object is coming down. Are you getting or not? So this object is coming down. This means there is a friction force that will act in the upward direction, and the friction force will be K times N, and N is mg cos alpha. Everybody knows mg cos alpha. So what is the acceleration in the downward direction? So acceleration will be mg sin alpha minus K times mg cos alpha divided by mass. That will give you acceleration for the block. So now you know acceleration is g sin alpha. Let us take g common, so we will have sin alpha minus k cos alpha. So this is the acceleration. Now apply s is equals to half a t square. What is this distance? If this distance is L, you can always write triangle rule. Then this distance will be L by cos alpha. Are you getting it or not? So this distance is L by cos alpha, that is L sec alpha. So this distance, you can prove yourself, this distance is L sec alpha. So from this point to this point, the distance is L sec alpha. You can prove yourself. You write cos alpha is equals to this distance by this distance, and then it will come out to be L sec alpha. So distance traveled is L sec alpha. Initial velocity is 0, and the acceleration in this journey is given by this formula. So now I can apply s is equals to ut plus half a t square. So L sec alpha, that is s, u is 0 plus half a is this value, that is the sine alpha minus k cos alpha half a t square. You're getting? So from here I will get t square is 2l sec alpha divided by z sine alpha minus k cos alpha. I need minimum time, so t is a function of alpha. So I need t minimum, this means t square should also be minimum. So I can always differentiate with respect to alpha and put it 0. So in that case I will get the value of alpha. Are you getting or not? Now this is the differentiation. You do yourself, this is constant, so I can simply take this term and I differentiate. So let us say if I differentiate du by v, so this is my u and this is my v, this is a constant, so if you differentiate this term, this will be constant, there is no meaning to differentiate. So let us skip this is a constant, simply differentiate this term in terms of u by v. So you have to differentiate on the basis of u by v. So you will have sine alpha minus k cos alpha into differentiation of this. What is the differentiation of sec alpha? Sec alpha into tan alpha. So let us say sec alpha into tan alpha. Am I right or not? This is sec alpha tan alpha. I think differentiation of sec alpha is minus sec alpha into tan alpha. What do you say? I don't remember exactly now. So it should be minus sec alpha into tan alpha, as I remember some. So let us say this will be minus, so a minus term will come here. Now I have left the denominator, now this time left the numerator, so minus sec alpha, and differentiate this. So if you differentiate this one, this will be sine alpha is cos alpha and cos alpha is minus sine alpha, so this will become k sine alpha and divided by the whole square of this term. So this simply is sine alpha minus k cos alpha whole square. Now I have to put this is equals to 0. Are you getting or not? So I have to have this term is equals to 0. Can anybody tell me whether this is a minus or not? I don't remember exactly. I think this minus sign should not be there, or should be there. I don't know exactly. Yeah, it should not be there. So this is basically plus. So differentiation of sec alpha is simply sec alpha plus tan, sec alpha into tan alpha. Now if I differentiate this term and equate it equals to 0, you remember better than me because I don't remember the differentiation formula right now. So you see, if you leave the practice, things becomes difficult. So this is, now this term is equals to 0, so this goes this side, so this means this is equals to this. So I will have sine alpha minus k cos alpha into sec alpha goes out, so I will have tan alpha. This is equals to cos alpha plus k sine alpha. Are you getting? Now if you multiply this term, so you will have sine alpha into tan alpha. So here you will have sine alpha into tan alpha minus k sine alpha, because sine alpha by cos alpha goes out. So k sine alpha is equals to cos alpha plus k sine alpha. So this becomes 2k sine alpha, this side you will have 2k sine alpha. This is equals to sine square alpha by cos alpha minus cos alpha. Are you getting? So if you do more massaging, you will have sine square alpha minus cos square alpha by cos alpha. This is equals to 2k sine alpha. Are you getting? So what do you have from here? So we will have, this is sine square theta minus cos square theta. This is what? Anybody remembers? this is a so I think some minus sign I have missed, because this will become cos square theta minus sin square theta. This is simply equals to cos 2 theta. Okay, so this is, I can write minus cos 2 alpha. So the top one is minus cos 2 alpha divided by 2 sin alpha cos alpha. So this becomes sin 2 alpha. Are you getting? So this is equals to k. So now I can write minus k is equals to, this goes that side, so it will becomes tan 2 alpha. Are you getting? So tan 2 alpha is equals to minus k, or I can write tan 2 alpha is minus k. So alpha is basically 1 by 2 tan inverse 1 by k. 1 by k or simply k. So this is, 1 by k. You see here itself, this is 1 by k. Because this side comes, this goes that side, so 1 by k. So tan inverse minus 1 by k. You're getting? So alpha is given by this formula, 1 by 2 tan inverse minus 1 by k. Are you getting or not? This is an easy problem. Basically I have to, only thing is I have to find out the time of flight, time of sliding. And once I know the time of slide, I have to differentiate this time with respect to alpha, because time of flight or time of slide is a function of alpha. You see, if I change the alpha, time of slide will change. So I can have a minimum time when dt by d alpha is 0. Basically time is minimum, in that case t square will also be minimum. So I can also differentiate dt square by d alpha is equals to 0. If I put this differentiation, I will get this. So this is simply differentiating. You can always do the differentiation. This is not physics at all. Okay, I think all of you have copied this one. So let us copy this one first, and we'll discuss the next problem. So this problem is an easy problem. You have to find out the time of flight and then differentiate. Generally this kind of question people does not ask in JEE, because this is a simply differentiation. Nobody is interested in differentiation in physics. They are interested in concepts, whether you understand the things or not. But still, it's a good way to understand what is the meaning of differentiation in physics. We'll discuss the next problem.